to tell us why that small rise is very good news.
Now, Theo's not the only one joining us tonight. Our guest this evening became famous playing Joey in the sitcom Friends, and his series Episodes has won him a Golden Globe and international praise.
Yes, here in the UK, The Times thinks it's the must-see comedy of the year.
Oh, well, over in the States, USA Today said it was easily the best new sitcom.
But the highest praise comes from the star himself, who recently said, "It's just nice it doesn't suck."
So please welcome back to the show the very modest Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc, everyone.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me back.
Looking very well.
Very nice.
It's wonderful to have you back on.
Oh, it's great to be back. Thanks. Thank you.
Now, I read you love being in the UK because it reminds you of Boston.
Yeah, the weather is cold, like where I'm from. You know, I've been living in California for 20 years or so, but when I come here, it reminds me of being home. You know, you can see your breath. It's kind of nice.
You'd love
warm day
Wales.
today.
You should come there. Very cold, very cold. I've learned some Boston slang just for you.
Okay.
Shut mush.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Getting it?
Yeah.
And have you seen the Quishta Jibbles mush?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense to you at all, Matt?
Yeah. Quishta Jibbles is Pretty Girls.
We've got a whole
Quishta
studio.
Jibbles, yeah, there are some
Yeah, unsurprising.
There are some Quishta Jibbles over there. And What's Up Mush is like, that's like saying, how's it going, buddy? And then there's a couple more I could lay on, yeah, that are not offensive.
Are they clean?
Anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good.
If you were to say to someone, hey, come on, koi moi.
Koi moi?
Koi your moi.
Koi your moi.
That
Is that...
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Yeah, she's proper fluent. She's been properly researching this.
And then another one, probably the most famous one is don't be a div, yeah.
Yeah, don't be a div. Don't be a div, Matt.
Don't be a div.
Like, don't be stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good you're saying that to me, because normally I say that to you.
Yeah, you do.
Touche!
Come on, I won't be separating you two. Yeah.
Now, I'm guessing that you haven't been catching the tube while you've been in London, like our subway.
It was a long wait today.
Well, you did. You had to go.
Oh.
No, you didn't. You knew. Well, that is because there is, in fact, a two-day tube strike here in London. Also, firefighters will strike this weekend, and some teachers' unions plan to walk out again in June.
So we sent the one-shown megaphone to Nottingham to hear what you think about the strike. Right, let's talk about...
You're doing that Boston slang thing again. Mush.
Let's talk about episodes. And last time you were on, you just won the Golden Globe. So you're going into your third series. Now, if somebody hasn't seen it, bring us up to speed and give us a flavour of what's to come, if you would.
Okay, well... I'll start from the beginning real quickly. It's a show about making a show in Hollywood. So it starts with this British couple, Sean and Beverly Lincoln, who have a hit show in the UK, and they're coerced by a big American network to leave the UK and bring the show to the States and recreate it there, and they're promised the world, so they do. And when they get there, one by one, every promise is broken, including that they can keep their lead actor, played by the late Richard Griffiths, and are forced to hire me. And this sort of pseudo bizarre drunk version of me.
Right.
And so that's a disaster right off the get-go, and the show gets watered down, and it's put on the air, and it's not performing well, and I end up sleeping with his wife, and their marriage, they split up, and so now we're in the end of season 2. I'm not sleeping with her anymore. I'm sleeping with the head of the network's wife.
Not so good.
Wow.
Definitely not good. And so there's a big fight. My arm gets blown out of the socket, and then the season 3 starts the next morning. So it's the morning after the big fight at the end of season 2, and I'm with Jamie, the network president's wife. Sean and Beverly are back together, and then from that point on, things just start to go downhill.
Even more?
Yeah,
Gosh,
as if they were going good.
Well, that's where we'll pick up, because we've got a little bit, we've got a little clip here. So this is the fictional Matt LeBlanc, and he's just been arrested for drink driving, and, well, guess what the arresting officer says as soon as he sees him. So, Matt, you say there that the whole premise is based on a failing show. Now, you did experience this, obviously not with Friends, but with Joey after Friends. Now, how ruthless is Hollywood when it goes wrong, and how true to life is Episodes?
Well, I think Hollywood is ruthless, yes. I mean, if your show's not performing, your show's not on the air anymore. It's pretty cut and dry. It's not called show friends, it's show business. But episodes, I think, sort of takes all that ruthlessness and they really sort of dig for what's funny about it and what can they elaborate on and what can they sort of dial back to really get the most comedy out of it. And it's, you know, written by David Crane and Jeffrey Clarick, and David created Friends, and you know, I have a lot of faith in them. And
Did you think it would make 3 seasons when you first started with it?
Well, I knew, you know, it was funny because I knew working with them, I knew that the quality would be good.
Yeah.
But once a show gets on the air, you don't know if people are going to like it or not. I knew I like their writing, so that's all you can really do is follow your own taste, you know. And you know, when it gets on the air, there's time slots and competition and what you know, all kinds of factors that are out of your control. So, you know, we've been really fortunate, knock wood, to get into a 3rd season, and they've commissioned a 4th season now.
Which is brilliant news. We like it. It's on BBC Two Wednesday the 14th.
Oh, you
See
know.
what he did there?
Little gag at the end there. Might love that.
Now, Matt loves talking about farming, don't he? To
Well,
everybody who comes on.
Yeah.
And he's been talking to you, doing that VT a little bit. And I would like to ask you a few Friends questions. So, to make it fair, we got a wheel, because it's the big thing these days to get one of these, apparently. So we got one of these, and it's got Friends and Farm. We're going to spin it, and you'll answer the question, OK?
Great. Let's go for it.
Brilliant.
Let's play Friends or Farm. Here we go. I'll spin first of all then. And it's Farm!
Hey.
Brilliant! Yes! Brilliant. So, yes, hang on. You're going to love this. You are going to love this because, yes, as Alice said, we have been talking already. Enlighten people about the cattle that you rear and why.
Well, yeah, I run about 100 head of Coriani cattle, which is a Mexican cow, and they're not raised for beef or dairy. They're raised for the rodeo. So when the calves are weaned off their moms, when the horns get about, I don't know, maybe about that big, right when the rope will stick on their head, we sell them to like families that have kids that are practicing for the rodeo, and it's yeah, it's good.
And the mums eat the grass
Oh,
because.
that's 2
hang on,
questions.
just very quickly,
That's 2
very quickly.
questions.
Mums
It's
eat
a
the grass.
follow-up question.
Yeah.
Follow-up question.
Mums eat the grass because.
Because well, they eat the grass because then they keep it nice and short so I can ride the motocross bikes.
OK, here we go.
Let's go on then. Hay time. Hay time. Are you a square bale or a round bale man?
No.
Square bales. Go on. Let's do it quickly.
Okay.
Oh, it's got friends. Go on, I get a friends. Got a friends.
OK, is there
what
going
a
to be a
gentleman.
Friends reunion?
No.
Hey! Good, and we've got a yeehaw. Actually, let's talk about calling in the cows then. If I was going to, you know, you'd go, hey, get up, get up, get up. What would you, what vocalization do you
We don't
use?
really call them in. What we do is we get on the horse or the quad, whichever one, and
Yeah.
get around behind them and push them. So,
Okay.
and then, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
OK.
Very good. Still going to land on farm.
Yes!
There it is. Know that
We
one.
heard that Courtney Cox organised a dinner party and that you cancelled at the very last minute. What was your excuse?
I was out chasing those cows around.
The farm!
Yeah, she didn't give me long enough notice. She said, we're having a dinner thing. I said, I got cows to chase. And nailed it.
Yes.
Great.
I
he
love
loves
that.
the farm
That is
section.
so good.
Go on.
That's good. Oh, it's Friends.
OK.
We've only got time for one last one.
Did you steal any props from Joey's apartment?
I did. I stole the Magna Doodle.
Oh,
Like
yes.
the Etch-a-Sketch
Like
thing
the
that was on the back of the door. And there was one of the guys on the crew, his name's Paul. All 10 years he was there, and he was always the guy that did the sketch on the Magna Doodle, you know, the magnetic thing.
Yeah.
And it was always something that had to do with what was going on in the story that week, or Joey, so-and-so left you a message. It was always kind of relevant. So I stole it and I gave it to him.
There we are. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Friends or Farm. That was Friends or Farm. Well, what's happening in LA? Can we come and film on the ranch?
Yeah.
Great. There we are. Brilliant. Now, it's the second instalment. Thank you very much indeed. Can you believe it? That's all that we've got time
There you
for tonight. I know. Tomorrow, we're going to be having a go on a bucking bronco because Jason Donovan is here. He's starring in a new musical, Annie, Get Your Gun.
Yes, he is. Now, a huge thank you to Matt LeBlanc for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you.
Actually, if Jason is going to have a go on this bucking bronco, one top tip for him.
I would say hold on for dear life.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
And you can see Matt in episodes on BBC Two Wednesday the 14th of May at 10 o'clock.
Matt, thanks for your company.
Yeah, it's been
We'll see you
lovely.
tomorrow.
Thanks for having
Good night.
me. Yeah.